T. Gray and MK, you are now cleared for flight school takeoff.
4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
And now it's time to bring up the man, the legend. I think I sees him. Yes, sir. What's happening?
What's up?
I'm here.
The gun show. I love it.
Oh,
Here.
what's that hat?
I love it.
It needs to see. It needs to say IBÜM. IB. We need something with an IB right now. Yeah.
You got
Why
an
is it
upside
upside
down LA Dodgers hat. I love it.
Hey,
I love it.
Mark. This whole time I'm gonna be flexing on the call because
Oh my God. You're gonna pass out. You're gonna pass out.
I'm going to do this training like this. I'm flexing on the call.
The only color you're
Oh,
gonna talk
God.
about is blue, the color you're gonna turn when you pass out.
Oh yeah.
You look good, man. You look good. Stop
Yeah.
flexing. You don't have to do
No.
that.
I know,
I'm not
right?
flexing. I'm not
He
flexing.
just walks around in a constant state of flex.
He's a mannequin.
Oh my God.
I call him a human anatomy chart.
Jesus.
Now, hold on a second. I'm not exactly sure where my spleen is. Oh, okay. Thank you, Mark.
And by the way, Gray,
Enough about me.
well,
Let's get to you, D.
Gray, I'm liking the white. I'm liking the white and the teeth and oh man, you look amazing, bro.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Now that the bro,
Let's turn it over to PPDD.
PDD to the jizzle. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, everybody. For those of you who don't know, there's probably not one of you in here who doesn't know. This is your presidential diamond, Darren Gibson. He's got an amazing training lined up for you today. Today, we're going to talk about the colors. Some of you guys are like, the colors. Wait till you find out what the colors is about. PDDG, the floor is yours.
Let's make it happen. Let's do it. Are you guys ready? Just put ready in the chat if you're ready. Put ready in the chat if you are ready. Awesome.
Like coffee and charts, we ready.
Yeah. Where's DP at? Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Awesome. Good. We were talking about the colors yesterday and the day before, and it's very, very important. It's something that I've learned from actually Mr. Bugs. Put GOAT in the chat if you guys know who Mr. Bugs is. He's taught me the colors, and based off the colors, you got to know who you're talking to, know how to talk to individuals based off the colors. It's very, very, very important. Extremely important. Okay. I want you guys to put blue in the chat, put red in the chat, put green in the chat, put yellow in the chat. Blue, red, green, yellow. I want you guys to put that in the chat for me. Blue, red, green, yellow. Put that in the chat. I'm waiting for you guys. And my voice is kind of gone, you guys. I got my water right here, so I've been yelling, screaming with these guys that came here for our meeting, and so, but we gonna make it happen today though. Blue, red, green, yellow. Okay. When you're dealing with a red individual, now all these colors are just it's a self-image. It's who they are as a person. It's who you need to learn how to how do I need to deal with this individual? When you're dealing with a red individual is like me. I'm very red. I'm dominant. When it comes to building this business, Tell me I'm going to be the man. Tell me I'm going to be the woman. Tell me I'm going to be the star in the organization. I'm extremely red. We call it tree shakers. We're going to shake the trees for the fruits to come down. I'm going to shake the tree. Who's a red? Put in the chat if you believe you're a red. You're a tree shaker. You're a recruiter. If you tell the individual, I'm going to, when it comes to this, how much money you can make, let me go out there and run and go full throttle. That's a tree shaker. Okay. I'm seeing some reds. Red, red, I'm a red, I'm a red, I'm a red. Okay, awesome. When I'm recruiting somebody and I want to place them in my organization, I'm going to talk to them as if they are going to become the star. Even though I have the opportunity, I'm going to make sure that they believe that they're going to become the star. I'm going to make them the hotline. I'm going to make them the rock star. Because that's all they want to hear. They want to hear when it comes to them building the business, they want to you got to feed like T Edwards just said, you got to feed their ego. You have to feed their ego. Make them the star. A tree shaker. When you're moving over to the blues are what? The blues want to have fun. I got a blue in me as well. They want to Vita just said party. Yeah. They want to have fun. When it comes to the business, talk about how much fun we have after the convention that we have, after the business meeting that we have, after whatever it is that we're doing. They want to have fun. Talk about the fun of what we have. Is this making sense, you guys? Talk back to me. Okay. Okay. Blues want to do what? Put in the chat. Okay. All right. There it is. Have fun. Okay. All right. Blues want to have fun. When you're talking to a blue, I would talk a lot about how much fun we have in the organization. I would talk about what we do afterwards when it comes to our business. I would talk about the lifestyle, because you are all in a lifestyle business. I would talk about the lifestyle of what we do as a team. Know your people, folks. The Reds don't need that. The Reds need direction. They need focus. This is how much money you're going to make. You're going to become the star. The Blues don't need that. The Blues need, this is what we're going to do afterwards. Man, we're going to travel. We're going to go to Mexico. We're going to go to Puerto Rico. We're going to go wherever we're going. We're going to have some fun, man, afterwards. Blues are looking for fun, environment, community, laughter. They're looking for that. The greens. Everyone put green in the chat. The greens. Greens are very analytical. They want to know information. They want to know numbers. They want to know, how can I make $1 out of 15 cents? How can I make $1 million out of 1,000? How can I go diamond with this many people? They want to know numbers. They're overthinking all the time. I need to know the numbers. So if I'm talking to a blue, but the person is a green, I'm going to lose the person. If I'm talking to a red and the person is a blue, I'm going to lose the person. I got to know who or what my audience is. But what you have to get good at is you're going to have multiple different colors in one setting in the room. So your communication skills has to, T. Gray he's phenomenal at it. He can become blue. He can have his green side comes out, and then his red side comes out. We all seen his red, right? Am I lying, T. Gray? And then he'll share the yellow side, which I'm going to get to. You got to learn how to maneuver, massage every single color. Am I making sense? So you got the green side that's very analytical. They want to know all the information. Moving into the yellow side. The yellow side, they just want to help people. They want to help. They want to change the world. They don't care about the income. They just want to help people. They want to save the dolphins. They want to save the sharks. Can we save the whales? Can we just, Darren, who cares about the money? I just want to help people. You got your reds that are shaking the tree. You got your yellows that take care of the fruits. Is this making sense? You got your reds that shakes the tree. You got your yellows that take care of the fruits. You got to know your group. You have to know your business. You have to know the people that you're talking to. Prime example. I would never put Desi, that's my black diamond in my organization. I would never put Desi in front of the door when I have a meeting. I'm never going to do that. She's going to scare my people away. Why? Desi's a red. As soon as you walk in, what are you doing here? Hey, where's your goal? Wait a minute, right? She's going to scare the individuals away. Some of you guys that know Desi, you know what I'm talking about. I'm going to put Desi after the yellows talk to them and make them feel at home. I'm going to put Desi at the end after the meeting is done. And then Desi's going to say, what is your goal? I'm not going to put her in front of people when they first walk in. What's your goal? And she's going to scare them away. It's game over. She's a red. I'm going to put the blues. I'm going to put the yellows. I'm going to put the greens. I'm going to put those individuals when I have an event for them to sit down and see, okay, I love this environment. This is awesome. I'm going to put those individuals there, not the reds. The reds are afterwards. Folks, I need you guys to talk back to me. Blues for sure, Latrice, can be at the door. Absolutely. So when I do an event, I have to trigger each and every single color that's in the room. Mr. Bugs is doggone good at it. He'll talk about the income. He'll talk about how much fun we have. He'll talk about what lives we're changing. He'll talk about what you guys should be doing to dominate this organization. He'll talk about when he communicates, he's talking in colors. I want you guys to talk in colors. Talking colors. So the red is what? Put in the chat. The red's what? No, no, no. Somebody said the reds is a leader. Every color is a leader. You make them the leader. Every color is a leader. You have to make them the leader. I'm seeing dominant. Closer. No, that's not true. Every color is a closer. If you understand how to close. Competitive, yes. Want to be in charge, absolutely. What else? Become a star. Recruiter. They're focused. Tree shaker. They want to be the one, absolutely, yes. T Gray, MK, is there a way I can unmute some people? T Gray or MK?
Yes. We can have them on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
Who do you want on?
let me see in the chat. I'm looking at the chat right now. Who can unmute their lines when it comes to the red? Okay. Najee, go ahead. Go ahead. MK, can you do Najee for me?
Yeah.
Hey, Darren.
What's up, Najee? Can you explain the red for me?
So you said red was someone who's a recruiter. Sorry, give me 1 second. Someone who's a recruiter.
No.
Someone that's ambitious, someone that goes out there and like shakes everything up, that gets the group going.
Okay, let me explain. So every color is a recruiter. If you understand how to recruit.
Right.
A red is a tree shaker. They go crazy when it comes to shaking the trees. A yellow is a recruiter. A blue is a recruiter. A green is a recruiter. They all are recruiters
Just in a different way, right?
in a different way.
It's more excitement. It's more like, hey, I don't want to wait. I ain't got time to wait. I just want to go. I want to attack.
It's not more
Almost
excitement.
like a shark.
It's more direction. It's more direct. Yes, like you just said. Yes. Yeah. Reds are direct. Tell us what it is.
Yeah, that's definitely me for sure.
Okay. Tell me what it is. When it comes to this business, how much money can we make? How fast can I go? How long is this going to last? Reds want to know, and they're very direct. Folks, does it make sense?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Somebody else put I in the chat for me to Mark MK to unmute your line for the blue. MK, can you do Roy for me?
Yeah.
Thanks. Thanks,
You're
Najee.
welcome.
I appreciate it.
Unmute yourself.
Roy?
Yep. I've allowed him to talk. He needs to unmute himself.
All right, just take him off and do Andrew then.
Okay.
Sorry, Roy.
Hey, Mark, I made you the host. You might be able to unmute them for them.
I can? Okay, perfect.
Mark.
Hello.
Oh, here he is. Okay.
Yep.
Well, we have Andrew and Roy now, so it's okay. Roy, go ahead.
Hello.
Hey, can you explain the blue for me?
Well, the blues want to have fun when it comes to the business, the fun of what we have. Talk a lot about the fun in the organization. Talk about the lifestyle. We are in a lifestyle business. We travel afterwards with our environment, with our communities, and we love laughter.
Okay, perfect. Andrew, do the same thing if you can.
Yes, sir. You did this to me last week. You even called where I was going to eat for lunch. You
Yep.
said, where would I take this guy if I was taking him out to sit down and talk to him? I'd take him to a bar, get him a big steak, big cheeseburger. They all laughed at me at lunch because I got a cheeseburger. But you say to me, man, let's get this, let's learn this, let's go have fun together. I hear that from the time, and I love that. I want to have fun, and I want to be around my people, right?
So if you're recruiting a blue in Ibüümerang, what would you talk about?
I would tell them, we're going to get this done. My man Darren will tell you exactly what we need to do. Let's just follow him, because when we're done, we're going to go tour the world. We're going to find every amazing beach and sit on it, have some nice cold beers. We're going to get a yacht. We're going to travel. We're going to go to the nicest places, eat the finest foods, and just have a good time together.
Okay. Folks, put in the chats. I'm hearing lifestyle. I'm hearing teamwork. I'm hearing, is this accurate? Put in the chats. I want you guys to talk back to me.
Hey, PDDG.
Yeah.
I think here's what I think is a good question. What would you say to blues about Elevate and the environment that we've created here? How would you promote that to the blue, a person who's predominantly blue?
Man, you got Donnie Pips that's blowing, that the community is just so fired up. Man, join the call with Donnie, man. This guy is, man, Elevate is amazing because Donnie Pips is literally telling us what to get in and how to what to do, whatever it is. Man, we're having fun. The money that I'm making, I'm taking the money out and I'm using that for my travel, I'm using that money for my meal that I just ate. I'm utilizing the funness around the community. Elevate is awesome. It's a community. It's fun. We got all these educators that are. You got to learn how to communicate to the blues.
We trade together every day. We got music.
We ready. Like you have to do that with the blues. Have to. That's a great question, T. Gray. You have to. It's not boring. It's an environment where we're all making money and we're having fun while we're making money at the same time. Who doesn't want that? To make money while we're having fun with people that we want to make money with. A 9-to-5, you don't even like the person you're sitting next to or you're working with. This business, you can bring in people that you actually like. Let's have some fun while we're getting rich. T. Gray, I know you got something to say.
No, PDDG, you got a couple of good questions in the chat. Here's a question for you from Suzanne. Suzanne says, can a person decide to become another color? Or would you say it'd be better to master your own lane and leverage other colors?
Everyone has a dominant color, but you have to learn all the colors if you want to become highly successful. You have to learn all the colors. T. Gray is great at all the colors. MK is great at all the colors. Mr. Bugs is doggone great at all the colors. You have to learn who you're talking to. But there is a dominance in one color. And I will say this, T. Gray, or the person that asked the question. Your colors may change in the season that you're in. Sometimes you got to be a red full throttle. Sometimes you need to be a blue full throttle. Sometimes you need to be a green. Sometimes you need to be a yellow, based on who you are talking to and based on your business, based on your organization. You got to learn how to be a chameleon in your organization. Everyone has every color inside them. They have to learn who they're talking to and learn what is it that you want. You can't sell a car to a person that's looking for a house. You got to understand what the person is looking for. What color do I need to be talking to you about for you to get started in my business, to do something in my business? So your communication skills has to be really great when it comes to you bringing them in the business. That's the sell. Now get them moving in the business. You have to get great at moving people in the business. A blue, move them. A yellow, move them. A red, move them. A green, move them. You have to get great at moving each color that you bring in the business. Tigray, you got something to say about that?
No, I got a request for you. So it's the end of the presentation. Could you do 4 closes for us, 1 for each color?
Absolutely, yes. Yeah. 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 Explain the 4 closes, Tigray.
So I mean, you're gonna close Bob, he's a red. You're gonna close Mary, she's a green. You're gonna close Todd, he's a blue. And you're gonna then, after you finish with those 3, you're gonna close Kelly, she's a yellow.
So let me ask you this, Tigray. If you're in that position, would you talk to them separately, or would you do it in a group setting? Which one would you do?
These are separate. I just wanted you to demonstrate how your conversation would change based on the predominant color of a particular individual. So let's suppose these are 4 different one-on-one presentations. The first person's a red, the second person's a green, the third person's a blue, the fourth person's a yellow. And you're at the end. How do you close each one?
One is, I would not put them in the group setting because
No, they're individuals. I just
Okay.
wanted you to do it 4 different times, but 4 different ways.
Okay, all right. The red is, I'm going to make the red look like he's in charge. I'm going to make the red look like he's going to be the boss. I'm going to make the red look like he's going to be the top income earner in Ibüümerang. Man, you're going to kill this. You probably going to do better than me, man. You look at you, man. I'm going to make him look like the star. I'm going to make her look like the star. Does that make sense with the red? And then I'm going to move over to the blue. Hey, man, we have a lot of fun, man. T Gray, man, I'm telling you, afterwards, man, when you become a diamond, man, we're going to hang out, man. We're going to have some cigars, whatever it is, and we're just going to chill out, man, and have some fun. And become a diamond. The blues are going to go diamond because they want to hang around and have some fun. The greens, I'm going to draw out some numbers. I'm going to draw out the legs. I'm going to draw out the business. I'm going to show them how much money they're going to make. I'm going to show them how, if they do this, if they bring in 5 on left, 5 on right, you can unlock yourself for $5 million. I'm going to break all this business down. And they're going to love me for it. Because that question's coming. The greens are going to ask questions. The yellows, we got the BüüM Foundation, and we can help a lot of people. We're changing a lot of kids' lives. We're doing X, Y, Z. I'm going to talk only about what we're doing to help people. This is why
Why your voice got low?
did T-Gray, you're probably the only one that caught that. My voice went low because yellows, I can't yell at them the way I'm yelling at you now. The reds need loud interaction. Yellows, hey, listen, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna change a lot of lives. We're gonna help a lot of people. If you yell, they're gonna call the cops on you. Yellows will call the cops on you.
Got me crying over here, bro. You went straight John Maxwell, getting to the edge of the stage, get down on one knee, and talking soft. We gonna
Yellows is gonna call the cops on you, man. Like they just yelled at me. No, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna change a lot of lives. We're gonna help a lot of people, and they're gonna be on your side.
Man, you know what? You're so right, because when you do that, you were talking to a yellow soul. You're right at their soul when you bring your voice down like that and you talk about how we're going to impact these causes. Oh my God.
Absolutely. And but T-Gray, what the community, what you all have to get great at is dabbling on each color while you're building the business, while you're presenting, because when you're doing your presentations online, when you're doing your presentations in person, you're going to have every color in the room. So what you have to learn how to do is dabble on each color.
PDDG got a big question for you in the Facebook chat from Miss Diva. She says, how do you know their color and you don't know them yet?
That's a great question. I know that because I've been doing it for a while, for 10 years now. So when somebody walks in the room, I can see their facial expressions. I can see based off their handshakes, based off their hugs, based off of their voice when it comes, if they're loud, if they're low, whatever it is, I can tell the insecurities, whatever it is, I can tell which color you are. That's going to determine based off of how much experience you have in your business.
This is good. I like that, BDDG. So let me ask you a question. What does how would you describe a red? A red walks into the room, a true red. What does that look like?
Oh, the aura, your intuition never lies. So when it comes to a red that walks in the room, you can see it before they speak. Remember, your energy speaks before they speak. Your energy speaks when you walk in a room before they speak. The way they walk, the way that their handshake is, all that. You know when a red, or if a red is doing this, whatever it is, and their arms is crossed, like they're a red. You got to know the room. Read the room. Read your audience.
What does it look like when a blue walks into the room?
Oh my gosh. Goofy, having fun. They just walking in, just, hey, what's smiling all, hey, hey, what's up, man? You know a blue. You guys know a blue when they walk in. They're smiling all day long. They're talking to every single person in the room. They're shaking their hands. They're giving hugs. Read the energy. Next one, T-Gray. Green.
Yes, sir. Green shows up.
Green shows up. I only know a green once a green starts talking and the questions that a person is asking. A green is typically very analytical, and the questions that they ask, the way that they dress. Somebody said formal dressing. Absolutely. You're going to know a green when they walk in. Notepad. Somebody said notepad. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Like they are coming in there looking for information. They have an information energy, if that makes sense.
And now we're yellow. Yeah.
Nah, 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 nah.
When you say they walk in the door, say stay.
Hey.
Namaste.
You got Hakuna Matata. I'm just here. I don't really care about making money. I just love this person. I love you. They say love with everything. I love you. And this, when a yellow's walking in, it. I'm just a spiritual, I'm the spiritual person that just wants to, okay. All right. That's your yellow.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. So
Pete, I want you to answer those questions too. Red, blue, green, yellow. How do you know?
okay. I'm gonna come on camera with you.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Hold on. I gotta get back to being the host again. 1 second. Mark took it from me. Okay, here I go. What's up, bro? Long time.
You got on red too.
And I got on red. Red sometimes like to wear red.
Yeah.
Okay, so my version of that. I agree with you. Red walks in the room. The boss just showed up.
Yep.
Right? Whether it's male or female, that the boss just arrived, their energy, their stride. They don't even really tend to need to say a word. They kind of, somebody put in the chat, Reds can come across as arrogant sometime, 100%. Absolutely. Right. You kind of, if you look at a person, you're like, who the hell is that? Do they own the place? That's probably a red. So that's how Reds are. And in conversation, they will talk about their achievements. What do you do? Very often.
Wait. T. I'm sorry for cutting you off.
Go ahead.
Huge. That's huge what you just said.
Mhm.
They talk about their achievements. They talk about how much money they've made. They talk about what they've done, the results. That's huge.
Yep, absolutely. So if you start getting a list like that and it includes titles, you are definitely talking to a red or talking to their red side.
Yep.
Like you said, the blues going to come in. If there's music playing, the blues are dancing. Right? Reds tend to come in. If there's music playing, they're not necessarily dancing. They're just going to kind of stride. They're going to look, and they like to sit in the front, by the way. Right? Or on the ends of the aisles.
That's
You're not going to. Reds hate to be tucked in the middle.
always on the end. They're always on the end. Yes.
I remember D when I first met Holton and he invited me to the first millionaire mastermind I ever went to that he was doing it. I still wasn't even in the business. He put me 4 rows back from the front in the middle of a long ass row, easily 10 people on each side. Okay. And he did that intentionally to neutralize me. Because I couldn't, obviously I can't get up, I can't leave. I hated every second of being in the middle. I hated being.
And here's the thing: when I joined Ibüümerang 3 years ago, and I met you for the first time in Mazatlan, where did Mr. Bugs put me?
In the middle.
In the middle, in the front.
Yep.
And he was hammering, just tearing up my paradigm.
Yep.
And he said, make the doggone choice. We're gonna make this much money, make the choice. Yep. And I'm like, because he knew I was a red. He knew I was a red.
Absolutely. And he plays that chess game. He put his chess pieces, did the same thing you did to me. Just boom, that's where you're gonna be. Yep. Blues, if there's music, they're gonna come in, they're gonna be dancing, they wanna be seen, and by the way, Red's dress is going to be neat, and kind of powerful, right? Blue's dress is going to be look at me, right? Like, like I know, everybody know Rocky roller skates.
Mhm.
Rocky from the Virgin Islands,
Yep,
right?
that's my girl.
She's a blue, right? She's got colorful hair. She's got colorful makeup, exotic sunglasses, and she might even show up on roller skates.
Mhm.
She is blue. She is there to have fun, right?
She'll show up to church with roller skates.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So you don't necessarily need roller skates to see a blue, but and hopefully that make you think about some of the blues in your life. A green is not necessarily going to be concerned with fashion necessarily, because if they're predominantly green, they know that fashion does not make economic sense at all. So they're going to be neatly dressed, but they're going to be kind of plain. And they might have, our joke is that, you remember the pocket protectors? They have like 5 pens, right? They're a little bit geeky, and they're going to ask you questions that are going to be questions that require quantifiable answers. Like, well, how long has the company been around?
Mhm.
Right? Has Mr. Bugs ever been a CEO before? Right?
Mhm.
How many people do I need to make X? Those are green questions.
Yep.
Right.
I was talking to a green the other day, yesterday, T Gray, and they said, what do I need to do to go diamond in 30 days? My green side kicked in. I said, okay, the highest pack that we have is 1350, I believe. Is it 1350?
Mhm.
We get 1350 in volume. If you divide that by 200,000, you got to do it in 30 days. Then that's 148 people. If you don't know 148 people, then recruit 10, help those 10 recruit 10, help those 10 recruit 4. Then you'll be there with all the big packs. They're like, now I know exactly what I need to do. See,
That's why you're PDDG right there. And you rock that Greens world with that answer.
Mhm.
You touched their soul. You did math. You said divided by. You gave specific numbers. Well, that's going to be 200,000 divided by 1350 and 148 people. And if you don't know 148 people, here's how you can get it done. So you gave them a plan A and a plan B. Oh my God. Green went to heaven. Joygasm. Absolutely. You did that with the green, right? All right. Yellow. Yellows walk in the room. Typically kind of earth tones. They're going to wear a lot of browns. They're going to wear a lot of greens, a lot of tans. They're not typically going to wear a lot of bright colors because they're not necessarily about getting attention on them.
Mhm.
They often are huggers,
Hmm.
even to strangers.
More than that.
Mhm. Yeah, they're huggers, and the overwhelming money talk will turn them off like you would not believe. You wouldn't believe it if it's all about money and yachts and Ferraris and first class travel. They're having an internal conflict, right? Instead, it's got to be about how many people can we help?
Mhm.
How many family members can we help? How many causes can we help? And you got to use words like we help each other. We do this together. There's got to be a lot of kumbaya in your talk for them. And by the way, one way you can tell a red diva is just ask them some questions, and yellows will, if you ask a yellow about their family, you have just hit the button for them to open their phone and show you pictures of their children, their nieces, their nephews, their pets, their neighbors, the school, where they grew up, and how many whales they saw the last time they went to Cabo.
And dolphins too.
Dolphins. Don't forget the dolphins. That's right, bro. Right. It's so funny because if you ask a red about their family and they talk about their children, they're going to talk about it's going to go into accomplishments. I'm laughing at myself right now, D, because if you ask me, oh, do you have any children? Right? It's going to go, yeah, I got one. He's a professional dancer. He's dancing with Katy Perry right now, and he's going to 3 countries in the month of September. That's red talk. That's red talk. That's my kid's better than your kid talk, right? But I'm not pulling out the thing to show you pictures or whatever, blah, blah, blah. But if you're talking to Blue and you talk about their kids, I'm like, oh yeah, my kids are so much fun, and we do this and we do that, and oh my God, little Johnny, whatever, they just go, right? Greens are gonna be like, we have 2.5 children.
I don't think they caught that.
Right, like Doris is a red. Doris, my buddy, she's a red blue, which is really interesting. But if you ask her about her kids, she's gonna tell you, I got 7 kids and they all ran state track.
Yeah. But you know what's crazy though, T-Grade?
Yeah.
When I get with you, your red side comes out a lot. And then when it's just the bros, when me and yourself, the blue side comes out.
Mm-hmm.
And then your green side is always there. You're always breaking down crazy numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Because Mr. Bugs taught you how to do that, and even before Mr. Bugs, you were there mentally when it comes to your green side. And then your yellow side, you want to help people. We always talk about helping, the group and the team and the community. Like, how can these guys learn that? How can they learn that when it comes to being a chameleon in their business? Because they need that for them to become successful, like yourself. How can they?
Bro, you said, man, you didn't drop some bombs right there. Seriously. Because I know Mr. Buggs shared the same thing with you that he's been teaching me for years. He's like, if you want to be successful, you have to become an expert in people. Mm-hmm. That's why today's training that Presidential Diamond Darren Gibson is doing for you is one of the most important trainings, believe it or not. It's even more important than the X's and the O's and how many numbers and all that kind of stuff. Because if you can't do this part, then you can't accomplish any of those other things, right? So how do you become a chameleon? Well, the first part is you have to know yourself. You got to be able to be honest with yourself. And what you're trying to do is you're trying to identify your primary color, your secondary, your tertiary, et cetera. And whatever one is on the bottom is the one you probably need to work on the most.
Let me say this though. T-Gray.
Mm-hmm.
Do you believe you got to change colors each rank that you are? Sapphire, ruby, emerald, diamond. Do you believe you need to change colors? Do you need to be a red all the time? Do you need to be a blue all the time?
You don't need to. I don't think you don't need to be anything all the time, and you don't need to change your color. You just need to learn how to be more effective in terms of moving and leading other people. And you need to know which group you are the weakest at connecting with and communicating with. So for me, that group was yellow.
Okay.
In New York, I'm type A, I'm obsessive compulsive, hard driving. And Texas actually taught me how to slow down and be a little bit more caring, right? Because, I don't care about your kids. You pull out the pictures of the kids, my eyes roll back in the back of my head like, oh God, how do I get out of this? Right? But I had to learn to be able to slow down, how to care, how to be interested, because that's how I'm going to connect with the yellows or people's yellow side, right? I don't have any issues connecting with reds. That's easy for me. I don't have any issues connecting with greens. That's easy for me. I may run out of patience with blues. Peter put it in the chat the other day, a little while ago. She said, reds can have low patience. And my joke is that I'm like a burnt down hospital, no patience. Right? So D, I had to work on and really work on the yellow side and also work a little bit on the blue side to have more fun.
So this is a great question right here. If I got 5 on left, 5 on right when it comes to my business,
yes, sir.
Will then be different colors that I have to work with and talk to them a different way, or do I need to be a red in every single 5 on left, 5 on right?
No, you have to be a chameleon. You can't communicate to everybody the same way. So, for example, what would Mr. Bugs do? Right? What was that? What would Mr. Bugs do? WWMBD, right? We should get that as a bracelet. What would Mr. Bugs do? So you and I are frontline to Mr. Bugs.
Right.
He can put us together in a coaching session.
Mm-hmm.
And he would put us together in a coaching session because number one, we can handle the same kind of talk, and he's going to make us compete with each other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So he's gonna say some things like, "Hey, you guys, blah blah blah, whatever." Like he can come to us like, "You guys aren't getting it done, whatever. You guys said you wanted one thing, but when I look at your actions, whatever, blah blah blah. So look, let's go over the plan for whatever, right?" Boom, boom, boom. And he goes, "Listen, we're looking for who's really going to be the ultimate leader in this company. And both of us, if you could read our thought bubble, what are we saying? Hell, that's me, right?" And our cartoon eyes were looking at each other like, "Sorry, bro, it's me," right? Because that's how you can do that with the reds. If you put a yellow in,
So I'm sorry, T. Gray.
go ahead.
You're showing how to motivate the colors. So you're saying, so now you're saying that the reds, you're motivating a red when you have two reds and saying, "Hey man, T. Gray's about to like he's going diamond, and he just brought in like 15 to 20 individuals this week. I'm just letting you know. Mr. Bugs is great at doing that. I'm just letting you know this is what this person did." And I'm like, I'm going crazy because I need to do it because we're competitive. Absolutely.
And that's how we broke 2 presidential diamonds in the same month.
I wasn't going to bring it up.
That's how it happened.
I was not going to bring it up, T. When Mr. Bugs came to Orlando, he said, "Cesar's about to," and I said, "Cesar's doing what?" Okay.
And then after he got off the phone with you, he called Cesar and did the same thing. "Hey, Darren is about to do what? What? Darren is doing what? ¿Qué tú haces?"
What T. Gray is doing, he's teaching you how to motivate each color and to get your people moving. And what had happened with me and Cesar, he got excited, I got excited, and reds don't like to be left behind. They just don't.
But if one of you was yellow, they would have said, "Oh, that is so wonderful. I'm so happy for him. Oh, that's just so good. Maybe I should call him and see if there's anything I can do to help." Facts.
Yeah.
So that's how you would communicate with your reds, right? Okay, well, your blues, you can talk to them at the same time too. And you get a few blues together and say, "Okay, hey guys, listen. I'm going to tell you right now, this business is a whole lot more fun when you're making money." Right? There's nothing in the world that gives you a greater feeling than when you have new people in your business going director and senior director and sapphire. And then, if you break enough sapphires, we get to go on a trip. And we're going to have this trip. It's called Sapphire Splash. And the last time we did it, we went to a cool place. Actually, we did it in Dubai since we happened to be there. And we created a fun time for the sapphires. And by the way, if you really want to experience and unlock all the good times and fun in this business, you got to go dive. There's no lifestyle and party in the world like diamonds. I mean, we're riding camels, we're smoking cigars, we're surfing the sand dunes, and we're doing it together because now we're in this elite club. Blues are like, they're like boiling over. Like, what do I have to do? What do I have to do? Right now, they're not gonna do it just for the money, but they are gonna do it to ride the camel.
You know what's crazy? In my previous company, I never forget when Bob Proctor gave me a call and he said, "We're going to Vegas, Darren, and we're going to be on the jet next month, and we're going to go to Vegas and we're going to gamble and have some fun. You want to come?" Yeah. You have to be platinum. What platinum? What's that? That's $30,000 in business sales. You have to do it in 1 month. Okay, yeah, okay, yeah. I did it just for the fun. I did it just for the community. I did it just for me hanging out with Bob Proctor and the Jets. I want to be on the Jets. So my blue side kicked in, T Gray, and I'm like, I didn't do it for the money. I did it for the rank and for me to be on the jet.
There you go. Absolutely. Right. And that's mastery right there. That's mastery. David Romero in the chat says, if you show a picture of somebody getting thrown into the pool at a leadership event, they will do whatever they have to do to be a part of that. Right. Yeah. All right. So let's talk about the greens.
Okay.
The greens are totally offended by everything we just said.
Woo.
Totally.
Very true.
Right. So when you get to the greens, it's just going to be really a factual conversation, right? It's just going to be like, okay, hey, let's take a look at your organization. Let's pull out your numbers. Okay, so this is what we need to do. We're going to take your goal. We're going to divide it by this amount of volume. This is the number of people that we need to do X, Y, and Z to accomplish it. They just need a clear plan. The more rah-rah and hype talk you give them, the more you are pushing them away from you.
They're out the window.
Yeah. The minute you say Dubai and camels, you have pissed them off. Now, it's not that they don't want to go. It's not that they don't want to go, but that's not how you motivate them. That's not how you motivate them. And then yellows, again, strong money talk is going to piss them off unless it is connected to the social impact that you can have, whether it's their family, their community, whatever. And that's where you really need to take some time to get to know them so you can find out what's important to them, right? So if you have a yellow who's come from maybe a poor middle-class family and they've got 4 or 5 kids and they talk about how, if they say something like, well, you know what, I'm the first person in my family to ever go to college. They just told you what's important to them, right? So now you're going to start saying things like, well, listen, you got 4 kids. Let's make sure that they can have the same opportunities that you had, and let's make it a little bit easier for them. That's what this business can do. As a matter of fact, maybe the money that you make from this business, you'll set it to the side and you can start the college fund. So, what do you think about that? You think that's a good idea? All right, well, let's start working on that college fund. And so when we're doing game plans, it's like, okay, hey, let's see what kind of a contribution we can make to your kid's college fund this month by pushing up to director, by pushing up to senior director, et cetera, et cetera.
Let me ask you a really good question.
Yes, sir.
Are you ever on calls for 2 hours with people?
With one person?
Yeah.
Typically not. And I'll tell you why.
Okay.
I don't have the patience for it personally.
Okay.
So if I do that, it's an investment in time in one of our top leaders. So I'd say probably the only people in the company that I've ever been on a phone call for a lengthy time would be you, Desi, Jackie, Jake, the Blue Diamonds and above, right? But
never prospects 2 hours.
Oh no. Mm-mm. Because if I'm on the phone that long with somebody, we're begging. And also I'm giving them the wrong message about me. Because if they have even half a common sense, they would say, oh, really can't really be that busy and can't be doing that well if he's got 2 hours to spend with me.
So with the colors, does it matter how long you talk to the person? Red, blue?
Length is not the issue. No, we should have some standard rules. Probably, if a person has already seen a presentation, 15 to 30 minutes is probably the max amount of time that you'd be on the phone with somebody. More important is your messaging and your body language, right? So, I'm watching myself in the camera right now and I realize I slipped into full red. Right? Like you guys, if you're watching me, you feel my tonality changed on the question. My facial expression got pretty serious. You know, again, that's why I got to work on my blue side. I still work on it. I got to remember to smile. Somebody caught that a little while ago and said, oh, now he smiles, right? But more important is I'm going to ask some questions in the beginning to identify who I'm talking to. And then I have a mission at that point in time to lead that person to whatever the next logical step is, whether that's signing up or going to another event.
So do you want, because the conversation was happened yesterday with my group, I had a meeting yesterday or 2 days ago. And do you believe you need all of one color to become successful or become a diamond? Or do you think you need all different colors?
Oh, you have to be a chameleon. You can't, because we attract who we are, right? And the big word, everybody put the word attract in the chat. Everybody put the word attract, right? So attract is magnetism, right? And so we attract who we are. So if we're only one thing, we're going to only attract one thing or one thing predominantly. And you can't have a group of all reds.
Oh, it's going to be World War 25.
Yeah. And you can't have a group of all greens. Nothing's going to get done.
Nope.
And you can't have a group of all blues. It's just going to be a decadent party. Right? And you can't have a group of all yellows because they're going to say, you know what? Why are we even doing this? Let's just go feed the homeless. Right? So it takes all kinds, right? And by the way, you know, every time we do this training, PDDG, there's always people who feel like, well, I want to be a red, like reds are superior. We're not superior. We're just different, right? It's like saying men and women, you know, no, we're just different. And you need both. You need all kinds in order to make the world spin, right? And if you're going to be the leader, then you have to be a chameleon and you have to be able to effectively communicate, motivate, and persuade all different colors.
Can I bring up events really fast?
Yes, sir.
So if I'm having an event, who would I put up to share their story? What color would I put up there? Does it matter, or is it based off their success story, or what who would you put up there? What color would you put up there?
You know what would be fun? If you had the ability, if you had the resources in terms of people, it would be great to put one of each.
Okay.
Right. And one of the things that Blue Diamond Jackie Pippins does very well, and I'm hearing this from Mr. Bugs himself, is training her team members on how to tell their story. Right, where they don't get up there and ramble for 20 minutes, but they get it done in 30 to 60 seconds tops. Right. But imagine you have one of each tell their story. Right. So Red Joe comes up and tells his story. Hey, everybody, my name is Red Joe. I've been in this business with Ibüümerang for about 8 weeks now. And I'll tell you what, this thing has been absolutely phenomenal. I've been able to crush director, senior director, executive director. I'm closing in on Sapphire this month. Right from the beginning, they told me that if I just put my head down and I worked, I could get it done. And you know what? They were right. And I'm headed straight for the top of this company, and I'm so excited. Thank you, Red Joe. All right. So now we get Green Gary comes up to tell his story, right? Green Gary says, hello, everyone. I joined Ibüümerang on July 23rd of 2024 at 5:15 p.m. on Sunday. I'm sorry. I'm getting out myself, right? But I'll tell you what, when I did my research on this company and on this business model, and it just makes incredible amount of sense. The numbers all add up. I was able to do, they drew out a plan for me. I followed the plan. They told me exactly how much money I was going to make. I made that much money by following that plan. I'll tell you what, I'm really excited because you know what? This business is very simple. It just comes down to math. And if you put in the numbers, you get out the numbers. Thank you, Green Gary, for telling your story.
Yep.
All right. Now we got Blue Bob. Blue Bob. Hey y'all, how you doing? Great, everybody. My name is Blue Bob. I'm so excited to be here. I don't even know why they put me up here, but I'll tell you what, I've been in this business now for about 2 months, and it has just been a blast. It's been a blast. These are some of the greatest people you could ever spend some time with. You know, we're just having fun. We're making money. You know, I don't have as much fun at my job. I work at the plant. The plant is just boring, man. They got me on the nuts and bolts station. I'm turning the nuts and bolts as the cars go by, and it's just so doggone boring. They don't even play any music. But then I come in here, man. We got music, we got great people, we got fun, and we're making money. Man, you got to be a part of this thing. And by the way, don't miss the next event. We're going to Cancun, Mexico. Thank you, Blue Bob.
100%.
And now we have Yellow Mary. Hello, everyone. How are you doing today? Grand Rising. What did I say? Grand Rising. Yeah. By the way, I'm really happy to be here because yesterday was my Earth Day, and I just love this company. You know, so many companies and people, they're just all about making money and they don't care about people, but not this Ibüümerang team. It's really a family and people care about each other. And you know what? I just love the BÜM Foundation. You know, that's what got me. When I heard that you can make this money and that this company cares about making sure that children eat and that they're not trafficked, that just did it for me. So if you want to make money and you want to be able to have a really good impact on the world, you got people in your life that you want to help, Ibüümerang is the place. Thank you. Namaste.
I love you.
Right? Right? So I'm just trying to, that's it.
And then they float away.
And they just float to the sky. Thank you, Yellow Mary. Right? So of course I'm giving extreme examples, but now you know what to pick up on when you're talking to people. You can kind of catch what their dominant personality colors are.
But you know what's crazy? Every color is needed in your business. Every color is needed in your business. And what you need to do is you need to learn how to work with the people that are in your organization, understand their colors, don't over push a yellow, don't yell at a green, don't have too much fun with a red. You have to understand your colors and who you're working with. If you want to become a diamond, if you want to really build a successful business in Ibüümerang, not even Ibüümerang, T-Gray, it's life in general. You have to understand people. Learn this people skills. Learn, you know what's crazy, T-Gray?
Yes, sir.
I sat down with Mr. Bugs and he said, do you understand the colors of when we have an event? Darren, when you go up, if you guys go back and look at pictures, my color is red when I hit the stage. And I said, why do you do that? Because you're a red. And then Desi goes up, it's a blue. Mrs. Jackie goes up, it's whatever color. So like, I'm like, you guys literally do the colors based off of us? It's all psychological when it comes to this business. And Mr. Bugs has it down to a T, T-Gray.
He does. And like you said it so well, bro. We need all the colors. You know, for example, I'm a red, you're a red. We have a group. Yellows will help you hold your group together because we will destroy our own groups. We will blow. The only people left standing will be the other reds. And then now you've got, you know, two piranhas in the same bowl, right? But yellows are they're like the medics you ever see a battlefield movie and then, you know, people get blown up and they bring them to the medics, right? So like after Mr. Bugs chews our ass, the yellows are going to come and put Band-Aids on for us. It's okay.
Yeah. When
he didn't mean it.
I'm Jason, my diamond Jason, he's a tree shaker. I'm a tree shaker. Pierre, he's a tree shaker as well, but he's more of a yellow. Tier, we call him Teddy Bear Tier. He'll take care of the people. He'll take care of the fruits. He'll take care. You have to learn your business of who is the tree shaker, because like you said, T Gray, we're going to destroy everything. We're going to keep shaking the tree until there's no more fruits left. Somebody has to take care of the fruits.
Yep. Somebody's got to take care of the fruits. And then another thing that, you know, so, and it's, I think it's important because, it's important because sometimes people will deify, you know, reds, right? But you got to understand that every side has its pluses and minuses, right? And what was I going to say about what reds do? Reds, every side has pluses and minuses. I guess maybe my subconscious doesn't want me to tell you what a red's Achilles heel is. Reds, we are notorious for dropping people.
Explain why. Can you explain why?
Because we're about results. And we are not very, you know, when the red side of us is not very nurturing. You know, the red side of us expects people to do what they should do 100% of the time. And when they don't, we're like, what the hell's wrong with them? You know? And the other colors can remember that people are people. And that people are the variable. So, you know, I don't want you guys to take away from this like, oh man, I'm not a red. I'm less than. No, every color is great. And we've had leaders in the free world, leaders of nations that have been all different colors, predominantly. There's reds that have run countries. There are blues that have run countries. There are yellows that have run countries. There are greens that have run countries. So there's no one color that says makes you automatically qualified more so than to be the leader.
Yeah. Say that one more time.
There's no one color that makes you automatically qualified to be the leader.
That's big. Big. Yeah, I think we have to get great at edifying every single color, edifying your leader, submitting to the system, and just get really great at edification. I can make a yellow look like a diamond all day long. I can make a blue or a red or a yellow or whatever it is, a green, look like a diamond. It's all about the edification. It's all psychological. Let me make this person look like the star that they are. And your prospects are going to want to listen to that person. And you got to know which prospect you're going to put with each color. I'm not going to put a red to talk to my yellow. I love what Mr. Bug says. You don't need a hammer to kill a fly. You're going to destroy your whole business. Just you don't need you don't need a hammer to kill a fly. So you have to know the room, know the people who you're working with, know the prospect of the color of the prospect of who you need to connect them with. If your prospect is a yellow and they're just humming all day long, put them with somebody that's a yellow in your organization and leverage up that yellow person. If you have a green, put them with T Gray's green is like just big time. You guys know T Gray, right? So he understands numbers, he understands business, he understands income. He's been a diamond before. He's built a business, whatever it is. I'm going to put him with T Gray. I'm going to put her with T Gray. If they're red, I'm going to put her with Desi. Desi's you guys know, right? Me and Desi have that joke going on, but Desi understands, right? So I'm going to put my reds with Desi because Desi's the person I need them to talk to. If it's a blue / red, I'm going to put them with Jake. Jake knows how to communicate and know how to still have fun, but still get to work. I know the people I need a place. So the problem, T Gray, is this. We're messing up our recruiting because you're putting the wrong people you're putting the right people with the wrong color.
Right. And and you're putting them with the wrong color when that color has not evolved, right? So I don't know if you guys noticed, Darren, there's so many things you do because you're a pro and you just do them naturally, right? So we've been talking about my red side, but Darren said he's going to put the green with me. Why? Because Darren knows me well enough to know that I also have a strong green side. And he also knows me well enough to know that I can transform
You do. Yep.
and speak to greens the way they need to be spoken to. And I can suppress my red side and dial up my green side and get into that green one, right? Now I might need a drink afterwards after being straight green for 30 minutes, but I can do it, right? Because I keep my eye on the prize. What? Because why? Because reds are results driven. So I'm doing that because there's a result that I want at the end. I'm trying to give you guys like a peek inside of the inner workings, right? So one of the things that Darren shared with you also is that when you're talking to groups, you need to be able to effectively communicate. Like if you're giving a presentation, right? We had a presentation training a few weeks ago. If you're giving a presentation, you need to be able to give that presentation to all four colors at the same time. And that's just all that is just making statements that appeal to the different personalities as you go.
And that's going to come from experience. That's going to come from you doing your presentations daily or weekly or whatever it is your goal is. That's going to come from you just repetition. Repetition is the key of learning, and you'll understand how to tackle or dab or massage each and every single color that you're talking to.
Absolutely, bro. And you know what else is going to come from? Intention. I would like everybody to put the word intention in the chat, right? So several times you heard PDDG say he had to work on this, right? Once Mr. Bugs brought it to his attention, he worked on it. You heard me say I had to develop this side of myself or that side of myself or my ability to communicate with that. That is intention. That means that we're not leaving our performance in presenting, teaching, training, closing to chance. It's not accidental. We're having, Darren, here's what I know about you right now. Before you came on here today, you had a conversation with yourself. And you said things like, what do I want to accomplish? How do I want to be? How do I want to come across? And that's just because you're very intentional. What you do is never an accident. Like we watch you when you're on stage with fascination because we see the skill because we've had the same type of training and we see how you put it all together. And it's just like, it's like watching Kobe, right? So you have to be intentional, folks, about this. My wife asked me the other day, she goes, why have you been successful with so many different things? I said, because I take them all very seriously. And that's one of the things. And right now the blues are cringing, right? They don't want to take anything seriously. But we're going to shoot straight with everybody here. If you want to be successful, you're going to have to take it seriously. And blues, I'm going to tell you right now, the reason you want to take it seriously is if you do, you'll win. And winning is a whole lot more fun than losing. Being on that stage, getting recognized for sapphire, ruby, emerald, and ultimately diamond, that is indeed the most fun experience you will ever have in your life. But you can't have it if you don't take your business building and presenting seriously.
And you won't get invited. You're not going to get invited. If you're a blue and you got to learn how to motivate the blues. You can't come to the diamond deals that we have. You can't, Mr. Bugs is not going to call you and invite you to certain things that he has. That was
By the way, did you guys see how he just worked over the blues? It was all a lesson, and Darren just melded right in on it, right? It's like we just told him about how much fun you can't have, right? We just had a serious conversation with blues, and we told them why they need to do it and how much fun they can have and how they won't get invited. When you said that, I almost fell out of my chair. You won't get invited.
Yeah. I got a crazy story, T Gray. So when I was a consultant for Bob Proctor back in the day, a guy named Doug Dane, he comes and whispers to a girl named Cassandra, one or two, and he says, "We're going upstairs with Bob Proctor." And then I looked at her like a little brother, and I said, "Can I come?" No, you don't have 10 clients. I only had one client. And I saw them going up there. It's always a small little group. Always a small little group that qualifies, T Gray. You know this.
Mm-hmm.
And I look back at the bar with all the little chickens. I call them chickens because they didn't qualify either. And they're all drinking whatever it is. And I went upstairs and I got to work. I went upstairs in my room and I drew it out. I got really good I was recording myself doing the presentation of what I was selling, whatever it is. The next event that we had, I went up to the penthouse and it was like amazing. The same thing with Mr. Bugs. He said, "You can't come here unless you're this." Sometimes blues will do things just to be in the rooms, not for the money, for the rooms. And if you're a great leader, you got to learn how to be a great motivator and get people moving. You have to learn that.
Man, that was a touch on both your blue and your red side.
Yeah.
Because Reds don't like to be left behind on anything.
Mm-hmm.
And Holton's been doing that to me for 20 years now.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when I got myself to the front in the first company, the front row before the rope of the diamond section per se.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember he turned around with a piece of pancake on his fork and handed that to me and then took it back. Sorry, bro. You got to be on this side of the room.
Mm-hmm.
I was so mad. I don't think I heard anything for the next 2 days. All I knew is I'm never going to be on this side of the rope again, you know? And then he would go on these trips and he would send me a postcard. Wish you were here. I'm so mad. I'm like, I got to be on the trip, right? So he's been doing that to me for a long time. And then, the ultimate story, that time we did the Millionaire Mastermind.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And I had people in my group who met the criteria to be in the limo with Mr. Bugs, and all of my guests didn't show up. And he did the best thing he could have done for me. He did not allow me to come. And that just dialed it up for me to make sure that I'm always there if there's a qualification. So you just have to, when you learn this, folks, you become a master motivator.
Mm-hmm.
Like Mr. Bugs.
Mm-hmm. If this brought value to you guys, put value in the chat, please. If it brought value, just put value in the chat. I wanted to bring up T Gray, and it was just really just off the wing a little bit. And T Gray came on and just gave a lot of value with myself. And I learned some stuff. I learned some stuff by listening to T Gray today. So
I learned some stuff from you too. I'm sorry when you were calling my name, I had snuck downstairs to feed the dogs, but I took the phone with me so I could listen. And I'm like, this dude is dropping bombs. You're dropping bombs and wisdom today. This really turned into like a little colors podcast.
Well, that's how I wanted it. I wanted this call to be today to talk about the colors. And then after I'm done talking about the colors, I'm going to bring, get some Q&As a little bit, and then bring you up. And it went perfect. I loved it. It was much needed. I didn't I didn't want them just listening to me talking and motivate. I didn't want to make this a motivational deal. I wanted people to engage. And by our conversation we had, T Gray, I believe they're ready now. With what's about to happen in the next 90 to 120 days to whatever the case may be of what we're coming with, you want to prepare. You want to get great at what we talked about today. You want to build your organization. You keep saying it, T Gray, the person that has the biggest organization, you're going to really benefit in a big way. We're not just talking we're not just talking. We are giving you guys the real of what is actually coming here. Not coming, T Gray, what's already here. It's
Yes,
already
sir.
here. It's
Yes,
already
sir.
here. And
Well, you had a great plan today. Phenomenal plan. You accomplished your mission, and thanks for letting me be a part of it.
absolutely, man. Absolutely.
All right. Well, let's get Mark back on here. Let's take our picture and send everybody in the U.S. away for Labor Day weekend. And let's go ahead and rock and roll. There you go.
Fantastic, guys.
Mark,
So what are your colors? What's your color order?
I think I'm blue. And then,
no.
yeah.
Yeah, I know. He's blue. He's
Yeah.
blue. He's blue, red, yellow, green. No, I take it back. He's blue,
No.
red, green, yellow.
Yeah, blue, red, green, yellow.
I give you that. I give you that. I give you that, Mark.
Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm not liking you today, though, Mark. You look stronger than me today. And is that a Captain American shirt?
It's Captain America. Yes, sir.
Captain America.
Yep.
Listen, I'm sandwiched on my screen. I'm sandwiched in between the two of you, so it makes me want to go and eat a protein bar or something. So,
I'm doing push-ups.
Captain America with the Ibüümerang colors. Yeah.
Can I have one? Can I have one?
If we can find one, I mean, I don't think there's any more.
I don't think there are anymore. Yeah. We did this
Mine is a 2XL because I was really fat when we started.
I need some Ibüüm gear, man. Come on.
Yeah.
I need some gear, man.
Come out. You know what? Come on out to Houston. Pop out to Houston for a day, and I'll take you to the warehouse, and you can grab whatever you want to get.
Yeah. Do you guys want some gear too? Put in the chats if you guys want some gear. Awesome.
Vita said we subconsciously wore our color shirts today, Mark.
What's that?
Vita said we subconsciously wore our predominant color shirts today.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
And by the way, though, if you guys look at Darren wore chameleon gear today.
Yeah.
Right? That's really where you want to be. That's 100% where you want to be. You want to be a chameleon.
Very true.
Universal appeal. Excellent. All right, let's take our picture, boys.
Yep.
Let's get up out of here. On 3, everybody. 3, 2, 1, and. All right. Excellent.
Love you, Ambassador.
Love you guys. Presidential Diamond, Darren Gibson. Thank you. And everybody have a great weekend.
Before we leave, man, I got to give you guys flowers. Anna, MK, T Gray, the Bugs family. You guys are amazing. I love you guys. Appreciate all the things that you guys do. I had so much fun today. Thanks, T Gray, for jumping on and sharing your valuable wisdom. Let's get this thing in rock and roll. Let's make it happen.
Love you, bro. Thank you.